one night when I was lying down in bed with my son next to me. I was reading him bedtime story. We were just having a conversation. And he interrupts and he asks me, Mom, what type of job should I take on so that I will have a good future? What type of job will guarantee me a good future? I paused. I paused because there is no job that will guarantee him or any of you a good future. I'm sorry to have burst your bubble if I did, but really, there is no job that's going to guarantee any of you a good future. Why? Because as Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, and Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, have said, 30 years from now, intelligent machines, artificial intelligence, will be taking over our jobs. They will be running things so smoothly and so efficiently that we don't have to worry about things. The only thing that we're going to be worried about is the greatest crisis that humanity is going to face. Anyone has any clue what that crisis is? Human connection? Money? That's what a lot of people say, money, joblessness. They're so worried that when you become jobless, you won't be able to take care of your families. You won't be able to take care of your loved ones. You won't be able to meet your basic needs. But you know what? That's not true, because according to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, because machines will be running everything so efficiently, what's going to happen 30 years from now is governments are going to be giving people a minimal wage. And things would be so cheap that with that minimal wage, you would be able to look after yourself, your family, your basic needs would be met. So what's the problem then? The problem is when you have no job, because we spend so many of our waking hours, training ourselves to work hard, to do well in our exams, to do better in high school, to secure that place in that prestigious university and get that dream job and then work our way up the corporate ladder. Because we're so busy doing that, the second we don't have a job, we start wondering who we are. Who am I without a job? What is my identity? Am I obsolete? Which is why today I want to talk to you about future-proofing your humanity, who you are as a person. A lot of times you attend talks and you attend seminars about future-proofing your skills, future-proofing your business, future-proofing your strategy, future-proofing your future. But none of that matters if you do not future-proof your humanity. And today I want to share with you 3 key points on how to do just that. Sheryl Sandberg, the Chief Operations Officer of Facebook and the founder of the Lean In movement that champions women and encourages women to take their seats at the table, she said every woman should take her seat at the table. But today, I want to push this further, and I want to challenge every man and woman and teenager in this place. And I want to tell you to not just take your seat at the table, bring your all to the table. Because you are more than just a job title. A mother, a father, a baker, an artist, an author. How many of these things describe you, and what other words would describe you? I heard Carla Harris, the vice chairman of Morgan Stanley, share her story. Carla Harris is both a famous woman leader in finance, and she's also a very famous jazz singer. When she decided to do a master's in finance and join Morgan Stanley, she decided to compartmentalize both roles. Carla Harris, the jazz singer, will sing on stage under the spotlight. Carla Harris, the banker, is going to go into boardrooms and seal these amazingly important deals because she was afraid that one role would undermine the other. So on one of her early gigs as a financer, she was leading this team to do a business presentation. And the chairman of the company she was going to present to called her and said, Carla, can I meet you 15 minutes before the meeting? So Carla shows up 15 minutes before the meeting. And she said, yes, what can I do for you? And the chairman looks at her and says, Carla, I heard you're a jazz singer. Carla went, oh no, here we go again, not this. But you know what the chairman did? He said, listen, Carla, my daughter wants to be a jazz singer. Can you share with me what are the steps to becoming a great jazz singer? And Carla did. You know, no holds barred. She shared sincerely from her heart all the steps. And the chairman was so happy and thanked her. And then the real meeting started in the boardroom. Everybody came in. And within just a few minutes, it was wrapped up. And Carla got the deal. Do you know why she got the deal? Because the chairman decided if he could trust Carla with the most important thing in his life, the future of his daughter, his business portfolio is nothing compared to that. So bring your all to the table every time. Because firstly, you are bringing every part of you and not limiting yourself to just one facet. Secondly, you never know which part of you is going to seal the deal that day. Which brings me to my second point. Don't be loyal to your jobs. Be loyal to yourself, to who you are. Malcolm Gladwell, a famous marketer and a great author of many great books, he said, millennials are the most disloyal generation. They don't know how to hold a job. They don't know how to stay true to an employer. But I ask you, why be loyal to a job that's not going to be loyal to you? Many, many years back, my grandfather held a stable job. He was a manager in a company that gave him a car. He got a cushy salary. He would drive home for lunch. Grandma would make him lunch. After lunch, the driver would take him back. And then at 6 o'clock sharp, the driver would bring him back home. And then it was time for him to retire. He got a good pension. He had a fully paid for house, and everything was going good. About a year back, my friend, who is a global planning director, left France to go to Chicago, where he got a great job, an awesome job to run the strategy for this global brand. He had a new baby. He and his wife packed up everything and they left. A week later, he called me and he said, hey, Uma, you know what? I just lost my job. I've got 24 hours to get out of US. New baby in hand, wife. There's no retrenchment benefits, nothing. It's just P&L, they say. It's not personal. But it did affect him in a big way, didn't it? So don't just be loyal to your job. Think about who you are. What else can you do? Do you remember when you were 5 and your uncle told you, hey, you are a great artist? I remember when I was little, my uncle used to tell me, hey, you're really good at talking. You can talk and talk and talk and talk the house down, right? That's why I'm here talking to all of you. So what I do, I follow in the steps of my Swedish friends who hold more than one job. Some of them hold 3 jobs, jobs that they love doing, because if at any point they lose one of it, they can always take on something else new that they love doing. I'm not telling you that you need to work your behinds off, from morning to night, work, work, work. I'm saying that you need to find the things you love and remember to start doing them again. Because money is not the only currency. There are other forms of currency, like joy, cultivating your thinking, developing your wisdom, and growing as a whole person. That's why I hold more than one job, right? I'm a creative director by day, and I get paid for it. I'm a global keynote speaker because from the age of 4, I enjoyed the spotlight and speaking in front of people. And then I sing. I love singing. It's one of my favorite things. I sing in a band. I've got 2 a cappella albums. And the reason why I do it is because it brings me so much joy to use my talent. What is that gift that you have that you haven't been using but you know you're good at that would bring you joy? Isn't joy a big currency? And then I write books. I write books because I love writing. That's one of the things, I mean, whether it's come rain or shine, every week I need to write something. I know that I can't live without writing. I need to write my opinions, I need to blog, I need to put it out there. So I've written 2 books and I'm working on my 3rd one. How about you? What is that other thing that you love doing? So think about it. Be more than what your occupation is and find more ways to earn currencies that satisfy your whole person. So I've given you 2 points, and now I bring you to the 3rd point. Rethink your LinkedIn profile. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Quite a big number of you. I can understand why the teenagers don't have a LinkedIn profile. They're probably wondering, what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is basically the social media for people who work, for the corporate world. It is where you go and make business connections, you look for jobs, or you look for people to hire. It's also where you make business connections and have discussions and meet like-minded people whom you can partner with on future projects. I'm very active on LinkedIn. The thing about LinkedIn is I used to think that LinkedIn was a place where you beef up your resume and you put yourself forward, and it's all about your work at the moment. But a few months back, I attended a talk at LinkedIn called Rock Your Profile. And the woman who was speaking said, that's the biggest mistake people make. The biggest mistake people make is they put down their skill set and their occupation and their capability within a job context at the moment. Instead, she said, consider the sum of your experience, who you are, and what is the thing that you stand for. The sum of your experience, who you are, and what is it you stand for, and write it down. And try to find adjectives to describe yourself. Don't just put your job title. So that's why my LinkedIn profile says award-winning creative director. It says global keynote speaker, and then it describes me, notorious rule breaker. And you know, it's the 3rd one that's gotten a lot of heads of companies and startups to give me calls and say, hey, Uma, come, let's have coffee. Let's discuss your opinions on the world or this technology, on this innovation. In fact, one of the latest coffees that I had was with Vikram Sampani, the co-founder of Redmart. He's now sold it off to Lazada. But I've had these interesting conversations. So I'm going to give you a homework. I want you to go back and think about your LinkedIn title and profile, and what are the 3 ways you describe yourself. So let me quickly recap. How do you future-proof your humanity? Number 1, bring your all to the table. Respect and acknowledge every part of you. Number 2, don't be a slave to your job. Be loyal to yourself, your whole person. Number 3, immediate, instant, easy fix. Rethink your LinkedIn profile. And finally, I want to end with this. Forget everything you do. Start remembering who you are. Thank you.